Well, I've been asked that question a lot, and there's so many really just rich, good scenes in that movie. Because I've seen it so many times. But it really does boil down to when Randy, who is a little brother, is at the dinner table and he's really upset because they keep eating the same food over and over again back in the 40s. And it was mashed potatoes and meatloaf. And he's sick and tired of eating mashed potatoes and meatloaf. And so his mom gets creative and says, well, how does my little piggy eat mashed potatoes? And his facial expression, he lit up and she just basically said, show me how my piggy eats. And it gave him permission to actually be a kid and to be a kid, um, eating like a complete pig at the dinner table with dad at the table. Like that was permission so much for me. It was so rich in that scene to have permission from your mom to act like a child at the dinner table with dad and even your brother. So getting permission from mom to act like a crazy wild kid in front of dad at the dinner table, not having any more manners around dinner, was just an amazing expression from Randy at that age, and it brought back such a rich scene of being able to be a child and being okay with that. We don't get a lot of that encouragement today, and I encourage all the parents out there, let your kids be kids. Take the iPads away, take the phones away, let them go outside and force them to go outside and play in the dirt, climb trees, and just be kids. And parents, well, in the movie scene, it was mom really letting Randy be a kid in front of dad and not having any manners at the table, and that richness of just being a kid is kind of lost on us today, because of technology. So I was just saying, to all the parents out there, and just encourage your kids to get off the electronics and go out and have fun and experience life and be in the sun and be in the dirt, and rip some jeans and get some scrapes on their knees and fall out of some trees and maybe even break a bone or two. You know what I mean? Just be a kid and experience life instead of this fast paced thing that we're all attached to nowadays. So that's what I was saying.
Yeah, definitely. I can understand that. There's moments where I want to be off my phone as well,
Yeah, we
especially
make
when
it a
you're,
point.
yeah, sometimes you just got to put the phone away, especially
Yes.
if you want to make it into acting business. Were there any scenes in A Christmas Story that had to be redone or in ways that were humorous or ones that you forgot your lines in or someone forgot their lines and it still worked?
No, not in my experience. There was a lot of authenticity that happened during that production. Bob Clark was very good with directing and encouraging actors to be authentic in those scenes. But I mean, I was only there for my scenes. There's a lot of recorded scenes that I wasn't there, so there may have been some that I'm not aware of. I do know that they had deleted an entire segment of one of Ralphie's daydreams was with a Flash Gordon, and that whole scene never made it into the movie. So a lot of things that I'm not aware of what have taken place behind the scenes. So in my experience, no, we were all really on target.
Got it. What is it like to feel as a bully in a mindset when you were shooting all those scenes?